Yo, yo. Yo, yo. Yo, yo. Yeah, Mookie. What's up, yo?
What's up?
How you feeling?
Cool.
And we back
It's late.
with another reaction video.
Yes, sir.
What's good with y'all, man? Hope everybody's staying healthy,
Yeah.
staying blessed. How y'all feeling? First of all, let's just get this out the way. I look like a Mexican right now. Haircut looking a little rough. I'm gonna get cleaned up tomorrow.
Shout out to my Mexicans out there.
Bro, last time you had got a haircut, I was tripping because they was like, I said, yell out clean Mookie in the comment section. Like 5 people said, yeah, clean Mookie. Because you had the clean cut
Yes,
for
sir,
real.
yes, sir.
Man, we out here looking rough, bro. I'm going to get cleaned up tomorrow. My brother said he's going to get cleaned up tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
You know how the game go. But look, bro, we
What?
back at you with another Formula 1 video.
Okay.
Now, if you was to ever drive a F1 car and all that, this is the type of video we want to react to.
Wow.
The video is called So You Want to Be a Formula 1 Driver.
Okay.
So if we go over there, they're like, yeah, sure, you got any experience? I watch a couple of videos.
I can do it.
If y'all new to the channel, man, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Yes,
Mookie,
sir.
let's get into it, bro.
Let's go.
So, you want to be a Formula 1 driver? Okay, that's simple enough. As anyone who has been in the motor racing paddock can attest to, getting to Formula 1 is as simple as saying ABC. If you had no mouth, or vocal cords, or any ability to communicate in any capacity. It sounds pretty cynical to say something like that, but there is a reason for it. It's because not all is as it seems in this game. I know I sound like a negative Nancy here, and that's because I'm a glass half empty kind of guy. But to elaborate on the issue, I'm going to run through the process it would take to get your sorry ass to Formula 1.
Tell you what, my boy, you tell me exactly what you want, and I will very carefully explain to you why it cannot be.
Anyway, sit
Right.
back, grab some popcorn, and let me run you through the
So already main man saying like, yo, you want to be a driver.
Yes, sir.
Don't think that you just like, hey, I want to be a driver today. And it's just going to pop up, bro.
Right,
It's
right.
hard. It's, you already know how the game go, bro. These people been doing this since they was younger.
Right.
You feel me? You just can't hop in this game. You can dribble a basketball real quick. Shorty shoot the ball. Ha! In there.
The NBA.
process of getting to Formula 1 stardom. Right, so let's start off on the grassroots of motorsport. Most racing drivers will begin their careers in karts. You
Wow.
don't necessarily have to, but you will be doing yourself a favour by hauling one of these things around in your youth. This is where you develop as a racing driver in every aspect. Drivers of all ages compete in this category. Oh yeah, that reminds me. It would be a good idea to start the sport out at a young age. I'm thinking 6, 7, 8 years old. Starting it out in your early teens would be pushing it. But if you're a 47-year-old man living in your basement blowing your garden hose, I hate to be the bearer of bad news here, but the odds are that your Formula 1 dreams is probably over. Comprende? In any case, karting is quite a cheap sport to start out in. That is until you start buying stuff. Purchasing your own cart, trolley, equipment, sets of tyres, trailer, if you need one, will start costing you 5 figures, depending upon the
Wow.
condition of the cart and the state of your country's economy. You start off club racing, then you get to the nationals, where you find out that some of the top drivers and top teams are spending ludicrous amounts of money for a 4-day weekend. We're talking new sets of tyres, and in some cases new chassis in every single
Wow.
session. And don't forget politics, because I mean, even that shit's in karting. Then of course there is the international karting scene. This is the place where some parents would fork out £130,000 for one season of racing for their kid. Is it stupid? You bet it is. Problem is, that's the reality of motorsport, and reality is kind of kicking ass at the moment. So that's what you're up against. But let's theorize that you succeed in the karting scene despite all of that. Fantastic. I guess now you'll be looking to progress into racing cars. Well, you need to be a certain age for that. Generally, 15 to 16 years old is the earliest. Now, if you're on the path to Formula 1, my advice to you would be to compete in either the ADAC or Italian F4 championships. Generally, those serious about making it to the big time compete in both series in a calendar year. Formula 4 is the first step for new racing car drivers looking to embark on a serious racing career, and was initially conceived so that yearly costs do not exceed €100,000. But this being motorsport, we're not quite at the stage yet where those intentions have been met. Generally, the drivers' parents spend around €300,000 per year for such championships, some more so, and that's before we get into the miscellaneous stuff, such as travel, accommodation, and so forth and so on. I mean, some teams do
Wow.
include that stuff, stuff, but it varies from team to team. And hey, if you live on the other side of the world like I do, you need a crib over in Europe. Whether you'd be living in an RV or a Monaco apartment, you're going to have to start shelling out for that stuff. But say you accomplish this, where am I? And you set yourself up to race in the Formula 4 championships that I mentioned before. Try and set yourself up with a team like Van Amersfoort or Prema Power Team. Why, you may ask? Because they're the best. It's that simple, really. The Formula 4 cars aren't the greatest of things to hit the motor racing scene either. No.
If you don't come from overseas, you're not living there for a long time, and you're not, basically you're just not living there. Bro, that sports is complicated, bro.
It is complicated. It's real tough to learn. Like, when it comes down to basically the hierarchy of it, and then the politics of it.
Right.
It's a lot, bro.
And then, bro, and then you gotta flush. Like, I understand that, in America that, of course, sports is about money and stuff like that. But over there, it seemed like it's very hard to get, and it's about money. Right. Over here, of course, you got your franchises. I'm just going to use the NBA, for example. That's hard. But after a while, if they get a good player or something like that, they will put a lot of money behind that player. From overseas, bro, it just seemed like, if things going bad for right now, it's going bad. And a miracle got to happen for it to go to the other side, bro. You feel me? Like, it's really over there, like, bro, the people with the most money
are the ones that succeed.
Yeah, it's not over. Lakers probably got one of the most financial franchises. They suck. they ain't go nowhere. They got all the good players. Look what happened. But over here, somewhere, somehow, bro, it's like, you got that money? Yo, we can get you, and you. We can put this person behind you, this sponsorship, this. It's crazy, bro. They're so tactical, and there's just so much behind it, bro.
It's tough.
Yeah.
It's definitely tough.
It's crazy.
To be temperamental when it comes to handling, so odds are you may have issues with it during the year that will affect your performances. But this being a video based on hypotheticals, let's say you wind up victor at season's end. The next logical step for you would be to progress into Formula 3. But it's not totally straightforward, as there are several different F3 series across the globe. There's the regional series, the Alpine Euro Cup, but ultimately, if you're serious about making it to Formula 1, you're going to need to jump into the deep end here and plant yourself into the FIA Formula 3 Championship. And if you're not in a car when you sign yourself up for this gig, odds are you're going to drown in the mid-pack. We've seen that with drivers this year such as Dennis Hauger and Igor Fraga. The cost for this series? You're looking at about €500,000 easy, but by this stage, you're on the support build for Formula 1, which means that prying eyes will be lurking. Not too fortunate on the wealth side? Well, theoretically, you can get yourself into a driver academy such as the ones at Renault, Ferrari, and Red Bull, and they should sort your money woes out, right? Or, if you believe that, very rarely does an academy solely fund a driver. The majority of those academy drivers bring in at least some amount of money to their respective teams. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but have you ever heard of the saying there is no such thing as a free lunch? Well, the same thing applies in motor racing because motorsport sucks. But let's say you're one of those 1 in a billion talents, like a Charles Leclerc, or a Max Verstappen, or a Teo Porcher, or a someone else. Let's say you can get an academy to fund your career entirely. Well, that's fantastic. You're now sussed on the money front. You just gotta trust that they're gonna put you in the right series. And some of these cats aren't very good at doing that. Getting back to F3, now that you've got a blank check, which let's be real is extremely unlikely, but let's theorize you do, a winter series would serve you well. Develop your skills during the off season, get some super license points of which you need 40 to compete in Formula 1, so if you include Asian F3 and the Toyota Racing Series. And those series will cost you around about €100,000 as a rough guideline, and those championships only last for a few weeks at a time. Add that onto the already existing $500,000 that we discussed earlier, and all of a sudden you've accumulated enough money to kickstart a well-funded indie film. But whatever, you compete in the Formula 3 series. You win the title.
Right.
Somehow. All is well. Now you have to move up to the FIA Formula 2 series. As anyone who...
So you gotta win a title to move up?
That's tough. Is that true, y'all? Like, do you have to win a title to move up? That's a good question.
You feel me? That's what
Let
he
us
said.
know in the comment section.
And
if
it's
you
like,
gotta
it's like,
win a title to move up.
Is y'all Formula 1 drivers, is they solidified? And what I mean by that is, bro, like, they just can't be replaced, or is it somebody always trying to take somebody's spot from what we saying here? F4, F3. We ain't see. I don't know if it's an F2. We ain't get to that yet.
Right.
Is somebody always trying to take somebody's spot? Let us know in the comment section, man. For real.
That's tough.
Wins the Formula 3 series is not allowed back in. But I mean, hey, you don't want to compete in another season of F3, right?
We're off to Formula 1.
Right, so now you're in Formula 2,
there's
the
a
step
Formula
below
2.
Formula 1. And the price for competing in the series? 1 to 3 million euros, depending upon what team you're with. I mean, sure, you can get a free ride like some drivers have in the past, but unless your teammate is a rich Canadian, or son of an oligarch, or someone in deep with the Russian mafia, odds are you're going to have to fork out some dough for this venture. And besides, if those types of drivers are your teammates, you're likely going to have to be helping them out as part of your free ride deal. And depending upon certain things, you may be required to let off the throttle every once in a while if you catch my drift. What's more, no matter how good your team is, rookies typically don't fare that well in the series. So odds are you're going to be spending 2 years in the series. That will start pushing the budget in excess of 6 million euros.
Right.
Seriously, this sport. However, you beat all the odds, and you miraculously win the Formula 2 title. And like the F3 series, you can't compete there again, which means the only place for you to go now is Formula 1.
Yeah.
So how do we get on the Formula 1 grid? Well,
Right.
if you want to self-fund your campaign, the last driver to do so is now paying 30 million euros a year for a seat. 30 million euros,
Jeez.
that is double the...
They about to tell it is what it is in the U.S. dollars right now.
Bro,
That's tough.
this just, he said just for a seat.
Just for a seat, just to sit down. Just to sit down. Just to rest your body. That's crazy.
Bro, that's wild, bro. That's wild.
the budget of Jojo Rabbit. But hey, you're part of the
14
academy, right?
million.
They should shepherd you into the top flight of motorsport, right? Whoa, hold your horses, girlfriend. Which one are you with? Renault, for instance, is notorious for keeping their drivers in a holding pattern and never really promoting them to Formula 1. So if you're part of that academy, you're shit out of luck. Ferrari do bring up their drivers into teams such as Alfa Romeo, but given how stacked their academy generally is, you're going to have a lot of convincing to do to get yourself into Formula 1, ahead of someone whose last name may be Schumacher, Alesi, or Fittipaldi. Or maybe you're part of that Red Bull Academy. Now, these guys do give their drivers a shot, although they seem picky with who they choose. But if you are part of the academy, and you do get to third base with Helmut Marko, then congratulations, you're finally into Formula 1. But then that's the problem. You're in Formula 1, a place run amok with politics, rich folk,
I'm extremely angry.
and the oh-so-dangerous creatures that plague the known world. The French. And you're also part of that Red Bull Academy, which means that you're more than likely going to be thrown into AlphaTauri. And drivers who are drafted into that team rarely last more than 2 to 3 years in Formula 1 at all. Some even less. And most will not be promoted to the main Red Bull seat, either down to lack of opportunity or perceived lack of ability. So unless you can make a big splash at AlphaTauri, Red Bull may not promote you, and other teams won't take an interest in you. But at the end of the day, you are a Formula 1 driver. And all it took was tens of millions of euros in funding, a potential move to the other side of the globe, implementing yourself into an environment where the rich rule the coup, where your last name most definitely means more than your performances, where success doesn't guarantee rewards, where ego trumps logic, where stupid rulings can change based on which way a fart blows in the wind on any given day, and above all that,
Is it worth it? Everything this guy's saying, is it worth it?
I feel like if it's your passion, man. But I'm not gonna lie, you cannot start. You gotta start young with this sport, bro.
You got to.
You gotta start young. Ain't no way. Damn, bro. I never seen that. Like a sport that you gotta start when you young, bro. Like you can't, like how you pushing it if you starting your teams. That's wild.
It's tough.
And it's a business the whole way through.
The whole way.
You
through.
flushing. You calling your mother. You got $1 million? Because I don't got it. Baby, I'm trying to be an F1 driver. And
Yeah.
ain't mine, you hung up? But, bro, that is wild, bro. These overseas sports is crazy.
Yeah, man. More than what I ever could imagine or ever knew or anything like that. That's... Woo! Sorry for yawning. Woo!
Klaus, achieving a racing record more successful than any other racing driver in history. So to everyone watching this video, my question to you is, what's your excuse? But yeah, no, I hope it didn't spoil your days too badly. Hopefully motor racing can become more accessible to those without wealth in the future. Maybe
Right.
areas such as sim racing can help shed light on some of the best talent out there, regardless of their backing. Or maybe the sport is doomed? Yeah, probably that. But anyway, people, thank you very much for watching. Drop a comment below. Subscribe to the channel if you're...
Man,
What, bro? What you think?
I don't think I could be a Formula One driver, y'all. I'm sorry.
Yeah, man. If it
I'm
was
sorry.
even if it was your passion,
If it was my passion, then it wouldn't even be a question. Of course, I could be one. I would strive to be one. If whatever you're passionate about, it's not like it's really not too much you wouldn't do
right.
to pursue that passion.
And one thing about this sport, bro, you gotta be good. Like, it just seemed like you gotta be good. You gotta win titles to get into the next.
Bracket.
Yes, bro, you can't. Oh my God, bro, you just can't be a certain type of person and be in this sport. These
Right.
people is not average.
Right.
They not just skimming through. They wasn't good when they was younger. I mean, it's not like they was good when they was younger and they get into the professional level. They be like, okay, I'm good now. No, bro, it's a non-stop.
It's a constant grind.
It should be like that with every sport.
Right.
But you got some sports that be like, man, my mother taking care of now, shorty. I did 3 or 4 years in this sport. I'm out. I'm putting my money into something else.
Woo.
After all that money you put in, you gotta get that back.
Right. So you gotta be great.
You got to.
Gotta be great.
Any last comments for this video, bro?
You gotta be great.
Look, man, if y'all new to the channel, man, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, man. We appreciate
Absolutely.
everybody that even taking the time to watch this.
Yes,
We
sir.
love all y'all, man. On the road to 50K, man. I'm Nick DUNSON.
And I'm Mookie Dunson.
And I'm out, baby. 1.